Welcome to our Ayurvedic talk tonight. We are going to actually talk about a few different things in preparation for the holidays. We are getting ready here in a week it's Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas, and then the New Year. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we should be cultivating, because coming up is the winter solstice, and that is the shortest day of the year. And after that, every day we will get then more light. So on the winter solstice, you have the least amount of light. So we're just looking at that and what that actually means. What that means in Ayurveda is we always want to follow what's happening in nature. So when it's dark, we want to have more times where we're moving into contemplation and having a practice where you have more contemplation. And I highly recommend that your practices in the wintertime, although they should be developing strength and stamina, because you need that, and it's vata. That's what vata needs. Vata, ether, air, becomes very unstable very easily. So you want to hold those poses. Help vata build strength. Help vata get some control, because vata easily gets scattered, right? Goes out of balance very easily. So create that strength and stamina, but you also want to bring in stillness. You also want to bring in contemplation. So as we come to the end of the year and we move into this very active time, gift giving and all of that, which a lot of people have really felt like that the holidays, the true meaning of the holidays have kind of been robbed by what we are all collectively driven to do, which is, oh, buy gifts. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever gotten married, but it's like, oh, the list when you get married could just go on and on and on. It's like, oh, well, if I invite this person, then I've got to invite that person. And then, oh, shoot, now I've got to invite that person. And then it gets out of control. And that's how it is with gift giving. And so I always try to think about, what is it that I enjoy the most? And we want to think about that. Contemplate, what is it that you enjoy the most? Maybe it is the gifts, maybe, but there's a feeling behind that activity. For me, because I grew up in a musical family, my mom was a music major. We always sing songs and we play games, and we're very involved as a family. We really come together and have a lot of fun together as a family. And so that's to me the most enjoyable part of it, is that we're expressing ourselves through song, through music. And so you can do that. And in honor of Tina tonight, because she has this beautiful voice, we'll sing the Gayatri mantra, which is a way of helping bring us together and having this gratitude for all of life and our unity for all of life. And so we'll go ahead and sing the Gayatri mantra at the end today and bring that in with us as we come into Christmas and really contemplate, what do I want to be grateful for? What do I want to focus on that's good in my life? There's been a lot of hard stuff going on for a lot of people. And then as you come into the new year, I want to remind you, in Ayurveda, we do not set our goals in January, right? Because it's winter time. So as a reminder, you don't plant seeds when the ground is frozen, right? Would you plant a garden in January in the mountains? You do not do that. We don't do that, because you can't even dig into the ground. So you don't plant seeds in January. However, you contemplate, what do I want? What do I want to give to myself? How do I want to show up for myself and for my family and for those who I interact with? How do I want to show up for my life? And I always tell my kids, there's only two ways to be. You're either going and impacting yourself and others in a positive way or not. That's it. Show up, be your best you. Even when you're having a hard day, it's okay to have a hard day, but you make your, you don't go through the world blaming everybody else for your hard day. Own it. Own how you feel. Okay, so move into, and I am doing a initiation. It's initiation to the soul. We will be working on what your life purpose is. And those are great things to think about and contemplate. And that workshop is in January. So if you haven't gotten the email on that, reach out to me. But that is a way for you to kind of pull in, what are my gifts? What are my talents? What do I enjoy doing? All of those different aspects of your life, and you pull it together to create this centered theme. And by the way, as you move through your life, it is okay for that purpose to shift and change. We call it a midlife crisis, but the reality of it is a midlife crisis is just a shift, an internal shift that actually needs to happen. It means that, oh, I have to look at my life. Is it really unfolding the way that I want it to? So we start to contemplate these bigger questions. And in Ayurveda, it's very important, because if you look at the ways that Ayurveda wants you to move through the world, the 5 ways that Ayurveda wants you to move through the world, one of those things is your job and having purpose and having a practice, a spiritual internal practice. So you want to cultivate those things and start contemplating that, so that as you move towards spring, that is when we will set our sankalpa. A sankalpa is our goal, our intention, and our, not our just intention, but our purpose, that we want to plant that seed so that it can grow. That you do in the spring. So your sankalpa is your goal, your intention. All right, so we are going to do a nice practice tonight where we are going to actually contemplate throughout the practice and end with the Gayatri mantra. If you don't know it, just listen. It's no big deal. But if you do know it, you can like pull it up on your phone and get the words and follow along and then repeat it. Okay, so let's get started with our practice. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this and move from there.